Okay.
There's a call in the air, can you hear it ring? A vision of change, it's our time to bring. Gather round all you dreamers and doers. Together we're stronger, together we're movers. Lifting each voice, a chorus so bold. In the name of love, let our stories unfold. Every heart matters, every hand we lend. Welcome to the table where we all transcend. Welcome to the table where new dreams are born. A space for the hopeful, a bright new dawn. With courage and kindness, let's break down the walls. For initiative together, we'll answer the calls. No more division, it's time to unite. Each story, each struggle, it's our shared light. From every corner, let's lift and embrace, creating a future with compassion and grace. So let's build the bridges, let's cross every line. In the heart of the struggle, the stars will align. The promise of progress with every hand we lend. Welcome to the table where we all transcend. To the table where new dreams are born. A space for the hopeful, a bright new dawn. With courage and kindness, let's break down the walls. For initiative together, we'll answer the calls. Welcome to the table where new dreams are born. A space for the hopeful, a bright new dawn. With courage and kindness, let's break down the walls. For initiative, together we'll answer the calls. Together we'll rise. Together we'll fight. Hand in hand we'll chase the light. And we'll chase the light. Championing change, let's write our own song. With faith in each other, we can't go wrong. Welcome to the table where new dreams are born. A space for the hopeful, a bright new dawn. With courage and kindness, let's break down the walls. For initiative together, we'll answer the call. So come join the circle, take your place here. With love as our guide, we'll shed every fear. Welcome to the table, the time is now. In unity we stand, let's take our bow.
All right, guys, we're back. How y'all doing? To the Twitch and the YouTube world. We're trying cameras tonight. Woohoo! Hopefully you're excited. And this is don't worry, Orleana's still pretty. Okay, so a quick session recap from last week. You finished your saddles. When you decided to pick them up to go for the rest of your last rite, you didn't realize how heavy they were, and this is why I said Orleana's still pretty, is because she smashed her face off her saddle because she didn't realize how heavy they were, and she failed her strength check. And yeah, dropped right to the ground, and poof, headbutt. You guys learned how to fly your dragons. That was cool. That was actually really cool. I really enjoy that.
Oh, yeah.
You learned Muka is not one to mess with in the library. Don't be messed with Muka. Muka definitely wants you to stay away from her books. Stay away from his books. Sorry, his books, not her.
Okay.
It's funny because Muka is a boy, but Talkit is a girl.
Yes.
The names even confuse me, guys. Don't worry about it. But yes, you guys eventually went and sat down to enjoy a nice hot meal. Orlina with a big plate full. And Hathor, you just have a small little bit. Not very much. Well, not a whole lot. You don't have a small bit, but you have a little bit. And as you guys sit there with a big plate of stew and bread and roasted tubers, you hear the heavy wooden doors to the dining hall creak open. And you see Wild Oak as he steps in. His gaze shifts between the two of you, unreadable at first, until a slow, almost imperceptible curl touches the edge of his stone lips. Muka understands that he cannot withhold books from you, he says, his voice like grinding shale, softened by moss. He pauses a second, steps further in, but he may discourage you from looking into some tomes, as he moves to an empty seat with a slow grace, but being carved from earth itself still has its assets. I don't know, not assets, but he thinks he's being straight. He thinks he's being smooth. He's not really being smooth. You hear him. As he sits talking, brings him over a small little plate of food. It's a strange looking, though, when you look at it. It looks like hard roots, dark and gnarled, but arranged beside a chunk of ore that glimmers faintly with crystalline veins. Whatever it is, it scrapes when it hits the plate. Talkit mutters, "Special blend. Found it. Some new minerals this morning. Might still be warm." Wild Oak inclines his head, gestures of thanks. A moment of quiet settles between the three. The weight of what was unsaid lingering in the space like distant thunder. What are you guys doing?
I'd probably say bring some food from Buka to make amends.
Thank you, Wild Oak, for talking to Muka. And I'll try and apologize to him next time I see him. I was a little rash.
Probably a good idea. Muka's very protective of his books. So you might do better next time if you ask instead of trying to take.
Yeah. No, I'll be sure to communicate better next time.
That sounds like a good idea. Oh, Wild Oak should have seen the way Arthur climbed up that bookshelf. Oof, that was quick.
I did.
Oh.
I was watching.
Ooh.
Oh.
I didn't lead the library. I'm always watching.
Well, that makes me feel even more ashamed of that.
You see him break the ore that's on his plate in half. As he does, you see this like shimmering crystalline vein running through the middle of it. And he reaches up and just bites into it, and you just hear this echoing crunch that just fills the dining hall. And he chews again, slowly working its way down to a grind.
Kind of curious about exploring a bit more while we have the chance.
Yeah, I mean, we should, after I apologize to Muka, probably see if he'll let us read that book now.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, seemed important. Had a couple answers in it, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you're talking about the first one that you had already, not the one
Yes,
you're
yes,
climbing
not
for.
not the not the one I was having for. Although I would like to look at that one at some point.
Yeah,
I still do. I'm still curious about that one, but
yeah.
the first one sounds good too.
Okay.
I believe it's Whispers of the Flame Vault. I gotta find again. Yep.
All right, what are you doing?
Well,
Are you done eating your food, Orlina?
yeah, I am. I wonder if we should bring a little plate for Muka, make a peace offering. Like, hey,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah. Hey, Talkid. What's Muka's favorite food? Probably bring that.
He likes little piglets. We don't have any little piglets right now, but he likes little piglets. Alive little piglets.
Is there anything not alive that he likes?
Not that I can remember. But you find him a little piglet, you'll be in heaven.
You can go with plan B. I can bring desserts for him.
That sounds like if he likes desserts, then sounds like a good plan.
He doesn't like desserts.
Wow, we tried.
Okay.
He likes little piglets.
Little piglets, okay.
That's about it.
Okay. Well, I guess we gotta apologize for the food another time. I guess a heartwarming apology might work.
Hopefully, well, I'll do my best. It's my fault. I'm the one that climbed the shelf. You
Yeah.
just I dragged you into this, Arlene. It's okay. I'll apologize.
And yeah, he jumped quick to action just before I was gonna say we should go ask him. You're like, gone like the wind.
Yep. All right. Well, shall we head to the library then?
Yeah, let's head to the library.
All right. Let's go.
The old stairs seem to carry a new scent of dust and parchment as you climb them. Once you've made your way to the landing, you notice that the library door is still ajar. And you can hear what sounds like someone ruffling through papers, parchment.
Muka. Hello.
Hey. He doesn't look up. He's still, as you peer through the door, you can see on the at the end of the very long stone table, he's got several pieces of parchment sprawled out all over as he's pulling through ones and shifting other ones underneath the other ones. It looks like he's organizing them. Before you can say anything else, without even turning his attention from his work in front of him, you hear him say, some words should stay buried, but if you must look, know that not all books give knowledge freely. As he shuffles some more papers, and he slides some more under each other. He seems to roll up a parchment here and in there, tuck him under his arm.
I'd just like to apologize about before. I was a little hasty, and
Yeah, You left footprints on my shelf. It wasn't very kind of you.
I'm sorry about that. Didn't really think that through too much.
You know, all you had to do was
I-
ask, right?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm really sorry. I realize that now. I should have. I don't really know the rules here, so I guess I really should ask about all that before I move.
And can we still read that first book that Author grabbed? And we'll respect the library, like as you told us.
Oh, you want the first book? The one that's right over there? And he waves. And you see in the same spot that you guys originally left it, that book is still open. He hasn't moved it. It's been left exactly where it was. Unlocked and displaying to the world.
Okay. We'll make our way over and start looking through.
Turn to Muka. Thank you. Thank you very much, Muka.
Yeah. Like I said, not all books give knowledge freely. So just be careful with what you're looking for. Okay?
We will. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well,
Kind of
take a
curious
look.
about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of curious about that now. Like, I guess we got to be very cautious of what we're looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah, looking at.
All right.
All right.
Well,
Well, it's-
Now I'm lost. Above table, real quick. What did I say this book was
Yeah.
called again?
Whispers of the Flame Vault.
Oh, thank
I
you.
believe. You're
I
welcome.
can't find it in my notes. So
Okay.
no, that does sound right. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Because
I'm gonna write it down real quick just so I have it.
So I'm
It was
like,
locked,
maybe
yes.
That's the book.
Yes.
Yeah.
As you peer into this book, it looks as if it's blank. But as you look long enough, you start to see some words starting to form. And the first name that you see come up is Solstice-born Fenric Burnshade. Below it, Dragon. Ashkar, the Iron Howl. Dragon type. Iron bound. Made from metal and ore. And then you see a little blurb below it. Fenric came to Durnrath, not as a chosen one, but as a man seeking redemption. His trial was brutal. Hours forging a blade from shattered steel under impossible pressure, while illusions of his failures haunted him. Only when completed the blade and refused to wield it against a false enemy did the trial end. From the cooled forge emerged an egg of molten bronze. Ascor hatched amidst the sparks, scaled like tempered steel. Together they became the spine of the resistance, defenders of the last redoubts. Fenric led the Red Anvil Accord, reforging broken arms and spirits alike. His final sacrifice held the last wall of Arendor against the Void Legion. They say Ascor's cry echoed through the mountains for a full day after. As you read that, you're noticing the top lines are fading just as fast as you're reading the next line below it. Then another name shows up. Solstice-born. Lena Greenthorn. Dragon. Thaler. The verdant bloom. Type. Sylvan dragon. Nature, woodland. And then a little legacy. Elena was already a voice of the old forest. When she journeyed east, guided by bird song and bark scratch sigils, her trial was unlike the others. She had to coax life back into the blighted garden at the heart of Durnrath, using no magic, only intuition and connection to the land. At the center of the reborn glade, her egg bloomed from the soil. Thalor hatched amidst petals and pollen, wings veined like leaves. During the war, Elenia fought back the corruption of the forest, the creeping rot seeded by the veil. Her greatest act was purifying the wood, the wired wood. When the trees had turned to shadow-bound terrors, Elena emerged with the forest in her final stand, and her voice can still be heard through the trees by those who listen. And again, as you read each line, the next line below it, the one line above it, fades. Are you both reading this book, or what are you guys like?
It's on the ground, right? Or is it on the table?
It's on the table. It's on the stone table in front of you right now. So realistically,
Okay.
you could be standing over it, or you could be sitting in a chair.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Like thinking I'm leaning over it and
Yeah.
reading it with Erlina.
Yeah, I'd say that too. Yeah, lean over reading it.
As you guys are leaning over it and you're reading it, you hear, just so you know, the past really doesn't hold any answers. That book isn't going anywhere.
Oh, what should we be looking out for, Muka?
Give me an investigation.
Okay. $11?
You don't. What'd you get?
11.
Oh, yeah, you don't really quite. As you're looking around the library, you fail to decipher anything that's sticking out to you immediately. All you see in front of you on these shelves are just old leather-bound books. Nothing too prominent for you to pick up.
Hey, Muka. Is it all right if I take a look at that book I saw on the top shelf?
Are you trying to see it?
Yeah.
It's not there anymore.
Could I ask? Yeah, like ask Muka.
What book?
Well, when I climbed the shelf, I was trying to get to a book I saw up there. It looked really old, and it just kind of seemed important or interesting.
This place is full of a lot of old, important, interesting books. Gotta be more specific.
It was. Yeah, it was just on like 13th shelf.
Give me an investigation.
Yeah.
All right. As you are looking up to where that book was that you saw earlier, as your eyes are scanning, you take note of two other what seem to be interesting books to you sticking out from the shelves. Just a little bit, though. One of which has binding in deep blue leather, embossed with a silver outline. The other, slightly singed at the edges.
What about those two? Could I take a look at those two? I'll, like, point to them. Wherever they are.
Muka lifts his head up from his parchment, puts both hands on the table, slowly turns to look at you and goes, well, you see them, right? Then just go get them. I'm not here to fetch books for you.
Okay. All right, then. Yeah. Okay.
Which one do you go for first?
I'll go for the singed one, the second one.
The singed one? Okay.
Yeah.
As you place your hand, as you get closer and you place your hand on the binding of this book and start to pull it out, you notice that almost all four corners of this book are singed at the edges. You're getting a faint smell of smoke that clings to its bindings. Some pages seem to have been rebound or copied from damaged originals. On the front of it, it says, "The Last Breach and the Coming Shadow." As you, do you open it?
If it's not there, I'll, like, call her over and crack it open.
So, Arlene, are you going over?
Oh, yeah. I'll
Yeah,
look
okay.
for
When
it.
things are like, bump tail, okay. If she says that, you gotta be all like, okay, I'm gonna go over. You know what I mean? It's not just like, I'm not gonna assume that you're going over there.
Yeah.
You gotta say that stuff.
Sorry. Yeah,
Okay.
sorry, my bad. Yeah, I was right.
It's all good. It's all good. As you crack open the front, crack this book open, the first page that's displayed to you has an inscription on it. It says, "History is littered with silence. This book seeks to fill out one of the loudest silences of all. The moment when the world burned, not from fire, but from shadow. Sealing Vor." You hear across the room. All right. You found that one a little sooner than I thought you would, but okay. Interesting.
I wonder what that one means.
Wonder how old it is.
Mm-hmm.
Do you say that out loud? Do you say that out loud?
Yeah.
That tome is about 400 years old, I think. I've repaired about a third of the pages. The thing keeps smoking for some reason. Doesn't stop.
Roll an Arcana check.
All right. Oh.
Yeah, that would be a 5.
Yeah, you don't from what you read so far, you don't fully understand anything about this book at all. Sorry.
I'll try.
Sorry, I missed part of the title. It's called Veilfire. The Last Breach and the Coming of Shadow.
I'll try to roll for an
Yeah.
Arcana check too.
We're
That's a 4.
Yeah, it's a good thing you guys are getting all your bad rolls out right now, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
I was like,
really-
oh.
we're
fuck.
just stumped. No idea.
All right. Okay. What are you doing with the book, man? What are you guys doing with the book?
Well, keep reading. Is there?
Yeah.
All right. All right.
Sure.
Chapter 1, Signs in the Sky. The verse signs came not from the earth, but from the heavens. For 11 nights, the stars above the scorched mountains flickered, veiled by strange aura of deep violet and black. Shepherds from Ash Ridge and travelers from Grainspire reported hearing voices of the wind, speaking not in words, but in emotion, sorrow, hunger, despair. The mountains, already a harsh and broken place, began to bleed shadow. Wells turned black and then clear again. Flame burned cold. Men went missing and returned days later with empty eyes and ashen blood.
No, I don't recognize these names of these towns.
Yeah, me
Do you,
neither.
Orlena? Yeah.
No, I don't recognize him at all.
I guess the world has changed in 400 years.
Yeah. Big time.
Mm.
I guess see what else is going on with it.
Yeah.
You want the second
mean,
chapter now?
Yeah.
All right. All right. The rupture beneath. At the center of it all was the black, hollow cleft. A collapsed caldera deep in the scorched mountains. Few had adventured there in living memory, but when the breach came, it came from beneath. Witnesses, scared and broken, spoke of screams that cracked stone. A storm of shadow erupting into the sky. Those who looked upon it and lived told of twin voids forming above the cleft, spinning like mirror and its reflection. You see an inscription right below that. The world had a wound, and it bled not light but memory. We saw our failures drift in the air like ash.
Wow.
Wow. I wonder if this one has a bit of stuff that we're seeing, like the mountains and the void.
Mm-hmm.
Are you continuing?
Gorlina, are you?
Yeah, I kind of want to continue.
All right. Chapter 3, The Cult of the Hollow Light. In the weeks after the rupture, a group calling itself the Cult of the Hollow Light appeared across border settlements. They wore no symbols, only veils of pale cloth and ash gray robes, and claimed they had seen the true flame beneath the world. These cultists were the first to speak the name Mudrin. Mudrin the Shadow, Mudrin the Mirror Flame. Their teachings hinted that Mudrin was not merely a being, but the reflection of all fire's failure. The flame denied, the warmth once cold. According to the scroll recovered from the ruined temple at Grail's Pass. There's another inscription. Mudrin was not born, but forgotten. Cast out when Solvar first shaped the sun. Now he returns through the breach, drawn by those who feed his shape with fear.
Mudrin, eh?
Mudrin is spelled Mudrin.
Okay. I want to quickly ask not talk it. Muka, if there's any other books that have Mudran in it?
I can't remember. I think it's the only one.
Okay.
But just because something goes by one name doesn't mean it doesn't go by another. Right?
Yeah, that's true.
So,
Was Mudrin defeated? Is he still around?
I don't know.
Okay. Well,
Going to the final chapter.
yes, please.
After months of silence and scattered horror, a combined force of sunblades of Silvar and flowing wardens marched into the mountains. Only a third returned. They found the cleft still open, its depth impossible to chart. A spiral of stairs carved from the obsidian leading into the earth. Its center, a shattered altar, etched in sigils unknown to any known scholar. The breach was not closed, but sealed, using a ritual involving ley line convergences, a relic, and the blood sacrifice from a child of shadow and flame. Since that day, no further breach has opened from the scorched mountains. You see the inscription at the very bottom. Mudrin sleeps beneath still. We only closed its mouth. We did not silence his dream.
Wonder if we'll have to worry about him.
Yeah. Just like Luca said too, it could be a whole different name as well.
Mm-hmm. Wow, that was an interesting book.
Mm-hmm. Definitely sounded
There's
like it.
yeah. There's another one over there. If you wanna, you should try and read that one too.
Okay.
Okay,
Oh.
Do you pull it out?
I'll
Yeah.
pull it out.
Its binding is deep blue leather, embossed with a silver outline of Black Bay Lake, silently wrapped from edge and damp air, but preserved with care. A stylized gold sigil of the Golden Battalion decorates the spine. Ash and Brine, a chronicle of the Black Bay War. The book is thick and weathered and heavy. Orlena, when you pull it off the shelf, it opens and you open it. The faint scent of wet parchment and salt air rises from the pages. You can see diagrams of troop formations and naval patterns are hand inked with precision and scattered throughout the notes. Some penned in Aldrin's tidy script, others seemingly copies of Commander Quinn's battle missives. You see a inscription. This is not a tale of heroes and villains, but of ambition, allegiances, and bloodshed on the edge of the Black Bay. Let this record endure, so history may judge it for itself. You guys reading?
Oh, yes, keep on reading
Okay.
through the pages.
The rise of Zarian Garion. Once a respected war advisor in the Blackthorn Council, Lord Zarian Garion grew delusioned with what called the fractured rule of the four noble houses that governed the region. In a series of swift and brutal moves, he slew House Draymore during the night. Houses Valeheart and Malric fled Blackthorn. Many died in the attempt. Valehearts fled into the underground, and Malric left Blackthorn completely. The final house, House Morrovale, bent the knee, either out of fear or genuine belief in Zarian's vision of a unified Blackthorn under one banner. Zarian declared himself sovereign of Blackthorn and began marshaling forces to the north and east, eyeing the critical trade waters of Black Bay Lake. Chapter 2. The march from Dunewood. As Zarian's forces pushed toward the lakeside villages near Stormfell, emissaries were sent south calling for aid. The answer came in gold. The Golden Battalion, an elite mercenary force framed across southern Umberfell, answered the call. Led by Commander Quinn, a tactician known for his decisive and humane leadership, they marched north through Dunewood, a dense and dangerous forest, rarely traveled in full force, surviving beast attacks, ambushes, and treacherous bog crossings. The battalion emerged near the southern edge of the Black Bay. Their arrival, a shining beacon for the demoralized defenders of Stormfell. Chapter 3. The skirmish of the Bay's Edge. The early battles were sharp and brutal. Garion's men held key crossings and watch posts. The Golden Battalion relied on guerrilla tactics, flanking enemy supply lines and freeing conscripted villagers. One key engagement occurred at Stonelatch Crossing, where Quinn personally led a night raid across the marshes, capturing an enemy general and turning the tide of the local front. Chapter 4. The push to the lake. As pressure mounted, Garion's army began to falter, but his will remained iron. When the battalion launched a major assault near Baywatch Fort, Zarian's men were forced into full retreat. The battle lasted 4 days, ending with the enemy en route, but not broken. Garion, ever calculating, withdrew his remaining forces back to Blackthorn Keep, abandoning his ambition for Black Bay for now. Legacy of the conflict. Though Stormfell was saved, Garion remained entrenched in Blackthorn. The displaced noble houses began working in exile to restore their claims. Where is it? Sorry, I lost the one house. There's House Malric, still within Blackthorn's walls. No, sorry, that's not House Malric. I wrote the wrong one. Damn it. House, where is it? Why can't I find it now?
Vale?
Yeah, Valeheart. Morrovale is the one that bent the knee, is following Zarian. Valeheart stayed underground. Where is it? There it is. House Valeheart, still within Blackthorn's walls, is said to have gained power under Garion's rule. Its loyalty now a source of great suspicion. The Bay's trade routes were restored and the scars remain. Garion was not defeated, only delayed. Commander Kin returned south, refusing metals and lands. Rumors persist that Garion is gathering new allies, not just among men, but in darker places beneath the keep.
Yeah. I wonder if these 4 houses were the originals for this keep.
I believe so. I believe they were. I remember some of those names. They sound familiar. Above table real quick, guys. This is where you guys ask to like do certain checks if you would like to, right? Like you can look
Yeah.
into things, right?
Yeah.
So
Can I do like a history check to see if I know anything about the, what was it, Blackthorn?
go ahead. Oh shit.
Oh,
Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh my goodness. All right. Okay. Um you as you're glancing through this book, you're noticing that there are little side scriptures along the middle of the spine, and some of them are revealing different troop routes, secret skirmishes not spoken or publicly, and evidence that House Morvale's loyalty was purchased with blood and land. Giving you the inkling that House Morvale could be bought again. You also, while looking at this, that history check also gives you, you do draw that Searing is still the Lord of Blackthorn, with his advisor, where is it? What is his name? No. There we go. Where is it? Why don't I have his name? I don't have his name. His advisor is the Lord Merivale, who gives him his information that he needs. He very much still is gathering troops, and the history that you understand about Blackthorn is it is basically been under an oppressive thumb of Searing for a very long time, for about the last probably 17, 18 years. You do also gather hearing tales of the Battle of Black Bay, and how brutal it actually was. From your father told you some stories of what would happen like you as you were growing up and such. You also heard that Oakhurst was under siege by Searing's troops as well, but did not take as much brutal, did not get damaged as badly as the small villages and such that are around Black Bay.
well. Excuse me.
Anything else you guys want to do? Any other checks? Just say it. You want to do it? Just say it.
I'll try Arcana again.
All right. Oh, what is it?
9.
Oh, if only.
Yeah, if only.
Does anyone else want to do an insight or Arcana check? Or an investigation check?
I want to investigate. I want to see if I can.
Oh, shit.
Hey. Yeah.
As you are looking through this book, kind of like peeling it from page to page because for some reason, as you're looking through it, you're noticing little inscriptions in the corners, and you're noticing little like earmarked points in some of the pages. You come across what looks like a hand-drawn map in its bindings, an unfinished sketch of the Blackthorn Keep's lower catacombs, anointed with symbols possibly tied to shadowy corruption. You also notice there is a letter that seems to be written in Commander Quinn's writing. And it speaks of the unnatural strength of Garion's front line, and it references a pack forged in shadows.
It's a pretty interesting book so far.
And my father wrote this note. Wonder if it's a warning of some sort.
Maybe.
This Garion, he doesn't seem like a good guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He kind of seems like an ass.
Yeah, he does. I don't know. I
You
wonder
kind
if
of
he's the.
notice. Oh, go ahead.
I was just curious if he's the darkness that's why we've been called. He doesn't seem
Maybe.
that. He doesn't seem that dark though. He just seems mean.
Yeah, like
They never do, but what do I know? Muka shuffles more parchment, handles more stuff, and that. You notice that the end of the stone table is starting to get cleared off a little bit. But underneath his stacks of papers, there's a stack of books that's at the end. I'd like you both to give me a perception check, please. All right, what are they?
7.
What'd you get? What'd you get, Hathor?
21.
21. Oh, Jesus. Okay. You got once you roll, you gotta tell me your full number. All right.
Sorry.
As you're looking at this stack of books, you notice that the binding on the one second from the bottom looks familiar. You notice this is the book that was hidden up on the top shelf that you tried getting earlier.
It out of the stack. Open it. Take a look at it.
Oh, before you even were able to grab it, you see Muka's hand right on the book
Ugh.
as he looks up at you and simply says, Some tales carry weight and blood. Are you sure you're ready for what it shows? As he pulls it back into his hands and holds onto it.
It feels important. I've noticed it like twice. I think I'm supposed to read it.
Maybe. But maybe not. As he turns with the book and he slides it onto the sixth shelf. You don't know how he does it because this guy's only like 2.5 feet tall. But he does it. On the sixth shelf above. And then turns back and starts fiddling with his parchment again. As he picks up the stack. Taps it on the table. Kind of rolls it. and starts to walk back into the back area of the library to put some stuff away.
See, like a title on the book?
Give me a perception.
That would be 7.
You didn't really see you didn't see a title on the book. But you did notice that the book is bound in like a deep indigo leather, worn at the edges as though time itself has gnawed at its corners. But that's all you really pick up from it. Lena, you're welcome to do a perception as well.
I was thinking of that too. I'll take that.
Because you're both looking. Wow, that was a weird ass spin right there.
That was.
That was fancy.
That was like break. It was break dancing.
I'd be 8 all day.
8 all day. Same.
Yeah.
You notice a little bit of what it looks like, but you don't really pick up anything else. Muka is in the back. Disappeared off.
Oh, I wonder what he meant by that. Like, some books have price. I wonder if there's something we have to do to read that book.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe in time we'll probably read it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
No. All right, well. I wonder what time it is. It's hard to tell time in this place.
Yeah.
It's midday.
Midday still?
Yeah. You guys just had lunch. You've only been up in the library for maybe an hour and a half.
Oh, right. I thought that was dinner. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, well.
We'll explore the keep, see what we can find.
Yeah, sounds good. I went up to a tower when I found my dragon's egg.
Ooh.
That tower. And there's lots of interesting stuff on the way up.
Ooh, let's go
You're
check
on
out
the
tower.
you're on the 4th floor right now. The top of that tower is technically above you. It's the next level up. Like It's not the next level up. Like you still got a ways to climb to get there, but there's no levels above you. Like the library, when you're standing in this library, the ceiling to this library is like 25, 30 feet high. And there's shelves of books that go all the way up. Like the library itself is easily 2 to 3 times taller than any other room in the keep.
Okay.
Any other floor. Except for the first floor. The first floor is about 20 feet tall because of the stone door and all that stuff that's down there and everything. You know, it's got a little balcony in the grand hall and such. And, you know, you can peer over, have a look-see.
Alright, let's see what we can find in this keep while we can before Mr. Wild Oaks here takes us off to more training.
Floor? Second? Third?
You're on the 4th floor.
No.
So the dining hall and kitchen is on the 2nd floor. Your living quarters on the 3rd floor, and the library is on the 4th floor.
Okay.
Down below, like one sub level down, is the forge under the western tower.
Okay.
Start on the 1st floor and work our way up if we want to take a look around.
Okay, sounds like a plan.
So you're on the 4th floor right now in the library. So you're gonna go down to the 1st floor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Walk
All right.
the way down.
The library is only accessible through the west stairwell. You cannot get it through the eastern stairwell, so you're in the western stairwell. The eastern stairwell is accessible from the third, second, and first floor to the towers. As you descend down, you notice the sconces are starting to dim a little, as if it's getting later in the afternoon, kind of telling you time. As you descend the stairwell, you notice that when you get to the third floor, you can see your corridors down the hallway. You can see the opening into the eastern stairwell on the far side. As you continue to descend down, you're past the kitchen and the dining hall. The door is still open. You can see what looks like a flickering shadow against the wall. A big body. Still looks like Wild Oak. Is sitting at his table. As you get down to the main floor, you stop. You can either descend further into the forge. You have the corridor that leads to the grand hall on the left. You get the iron doors on the right, and straight ahead is the eastern stairwell. That looks like it goes up and down.
Okay. So I'm trying a little map on my notes here so I know what way to go.
That's good.
So we're kind of in the grand hall right now, in a way. Getting to it.
You are standing literally right in front of the iron gates. The corridor goes down about 40 feet into the grand hall. And then off past that corridor, you can see the eastern stairwell. That's where you are right now.
Okay. I'm gonna go check out the eastern stairwell area. I think we've been there yet.
That's right.
You going to the eastern stairwell?
Yeah.
All right. Once you get there, you notice the sconces that are lining these walls. They're more spread apart. One thing you do notice as well. Actually, give me a perception, please.
Ooh, 17.
All right.
All day.
You notice that there's no light coming from the stairwell that descends in the eastern stairwell. There's no light coming from the bottom, from below. There's only a sconce that you can kind of see one, and then you can kind of see a flickering light going from the other side up as well. But there's no light coming from down below.
Ooh, what's down there? Looks like no light though yet.
That's a little spooky. Want to check it out?
Yeah.
All right, let's
Let's
go.
be adventurous today.
Yeah.
As you descend the stairs into the eastern tower, it starts to get dark. And as you get lower and lower, it becomes almost like vacant light. You can't see your hand in front of your face on how dark it is. The only reason why you haven't bumped into one another is you can hear each other's footsteps. But every step that you take echoes. And as you get to the 20th step, the 21st step, the 22nd step, you start to wonder, Is there a bottom? It feels like you've gone in a circle at least 3 times. You're down to the 37th step, 38th step. It is midnight down here. And then you hear it. Like a drop of water hitting a puddle and it reverberating through what sounds like a hollow cavern. With that drop comes some sort of light, a shimmer, if you will. 42nd step, 43rd step. You've easily gone in 6 loops around this corridor. You've descended almost what feels like the height of the Eastern Tower down. Finally, you see something shimmer at the bottom. It breaks the darkness. You start to see the form of each other. You start to notice that there's light coming from down here. And as you get to the bottom, you see this platform that stretches out about 30 feet ahead of you. And there's like a mirror across the entire roof of this cavern. It's shimmering with violets and soft blues. You notice as you step out onto this walkway that is about 4 feet wide, you hear another drop. This time it's louder, like rain hitting a lake. And with that drop, all you see is this echoing shimmer across. And from this one instant moment, you could see, for as far as you could see, a ripple of a wave just go and flush across the top of what looks like a massive lake. The platform you're on is almost surrounded by water that is a few inches below where you're standing. Another drop hits. Lightens up again. You're noticing that every time a drop hits this water, it shimmers with this vibrant hue that casts shadows all across from one side of the cavern to the other. This water's still, but it sounds hollow.
Can do a arcana check to see if there's anything magical happening down here.
Hi. Sure.
3.
How are you doing this arcana check?
Well, I'll put my hand on the water and just hope for the best on it, like this.
The water feels like warm. Like not hot, but warm. You don't notice anything else though.
Okay. I do an investigation check as well, see if there's anything around.
Yeah, go ahead. Are you doing one too, Hathor? You're muted again or something.
I got 14.
Still don't hear. Hold on. We still don't hear you. There it is.
Okay.
There it is.
Okay.
So we didn't hear anything you might have been trying to say in the last like 3 minutes.
I've been pretty quiet. It's okay. It's okay.
Okay. So so I'm giving you now. If you try to say anything, we didn't hear it.
Okay.
Okay.
I would like to roll perception.
All right. Let's go. Let's do it up.
Yeah. All right.
Ugh.
That would be a 10.
And what was your investigation?
14.
14. Okay. You notice that from being as perceptive as you have been, Hathor, you notice that one of the things that comes to you is every time something hits the surface of this water, it lights up the cavern to where you can kind of have some sort of visual of what is down here. Orlina, as you were looking around, you notice that the walkway you're on at the end is like a big oval circle about 25 feet in front of you. And this circle is about 20 to 25 feet in diameter. As if it was like meant to hold some sort of ceremony or offering.
Wonder what that thing down there is all about. It's like a weird oval thing there. I don't know if you can see it, Hathor. Oh, is she muted again?
Seriously? Hello?
No.
Check.
Yeah, you're here.
Yeah, can hear you now.
Okay. I'm just gonna not move.
You know, it's just still don't move. I can't. It can't happen again.
Okay.
I don't know what is happening, but whatever it is, I'm just gonna not move. And hope that works. Okay.
Okay. So what did you say you were doing?
Oh, I was pointing out the oval structure at the end and see if Hathor sees it, then be very cautious and step over and take a look. See
Yeah,
what it's all about.
I'll grab onto your shoulder, or Lena, and follow you.
I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I don't like this. This place is beautiful in a really creepy way.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
That's that staircase felt like it took forever.
Oh my gosh, yes. I wonder how deep we are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
As you guys get closer to the end of this walkway, you see another drop. And as if like you managed to pass a certain point, this drop hits the water and lights up even brighter. And from right now at this moment, you could see jagged like cavern walls all around you. This lake looks like it stretches out 200 plus feet forward and 100 feet each side. This thing is massive.
Wonder how they discovered this place.
I wonder if they swim in it.
Yeah, water is warm.
Ugh.
I checked. I was like, oh, nice and warm.
I Not sure I'd feel comfortable swimming in that deep of water. It looks pretty deep.
Yeah, it kind of does. Can I do
As
perception to see if Hathor's
okay,
kind of looking into the water,
all right.
like over it? That'd be 9.
Um, you're standing right beside her, so really, Hathor, are you looking over into the water?
Yes, I did. Yep.
Yes, yeah. Okay, so yeah, she's looking
Okay.
over into the water, like you're right there.
Okay.
So,
What I'm
um,
gonna do is just pull a little joke, and I'm just gonna grab Hawthorne to say careful and like push her towards the water, then pull her back.
okay, so you're gonna do that, and do you say that loudly?
Yeah.
Okay. Your voice echoes through this chamber, and then you hear, "So long, silence held this place. Your voices crack the shell.
Wow.
You stir the silence. Why?"
Like, grab onto Arlena, push her aside. Like, don't do that.
Did you
Did you
hear
hear
that?
that? Yes.
Yeah. That's kind of creepy.
That was. Where did it come from?
I feel it might be more down towards the way we were going.
Um,
Can I
with go ahead, What are you
can
gonna
I
say?
roll and can I roll and see if I can see who's talking?
Sure. Give
Okay.
me a perception.
Okay.
All right. Good. Um,
19.
as this voice rings out into where you are right now, you notice that the sounds are echoing off the walls and keeping this place lit well enough that you can kind of see out into the darkness, but not too bright that things can still be hidden. As you are looking out deep into the looking out about 100 feet off this platform, the water is still, but then you see a ripple. You see what looks like a long body slither through and break the surface. From what you can tell, this thing could potentially be 25, 30 feet long. But all you see is it break the surface slightly and then go back under. You don't quite know what it is.
You know? I think
Yeah.
there's something in the water.
Oh, I guess it's a good thing I didn't fully push you in there. Um, let's be very cautious not to fall in there. Like, did he see it
Magic,
or?
careless and hungry. You do not understand what you touch.
Do you think we should go?
Yeah, maybe we should get out of here. As much as I want to keep looking, but no.
I feel like we're kind of, yeah. Turn, go.
Let's try to go. We'll ask about this place.
One comes with fire in her blood, another with earth in her bones. As you guys start to walk back from the platform.
Hmm.
I will still be holding on to Orlena's arm
Yeah.
and just be like walking as carefully as I can.
You hear from behind you something break the surface of the water. You hear, the pulse has begun. The egg dreams of the storm.
Spin around and see if I can see.
You see this serpentine snake-like body.
Ooh.
20 feet of translucent eel-like muscle threaded with glowing strands of magic. Dozens of softly glowing eyes drifting along its body like moths in orbit. The air around it shimmers as though the lake itself is exhaling. You see runes that cover this thing's body. It watches as you're walking away. You can't really tell where the head is or if it has one as these eyes shift up and down its body.
He. I don't want to fight that thing. Looks creepy.
Ugh.
You seek. You listen. The lake may answer. Still hands, quiet breath. Now look deeper. As it slowly starts to sink back into the water. And just
That's really weird.
I'm definitely never going swimming in that now.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Wonder if we're like in a way we're supposed to find this place in a way, like for training purposes or something.
Yeah.
training
Or maybe.
purposes?
You never know. You never know what goes on in that mind of yours.
That's fair. That's fair. You don't know. You may
But
want to
like,
be careful.
Yeah.
what? Why would we need to train here though?
Oh, who knows? Just a thought in my head, maybe.
It that thing mentioned an egg, but
Mhm.
do you think it meant another dragon egg?
Yeah, maybe. There's still two more Saltis born out there.
Yeah. Huh. I wonder if it's here.
Mm-hmm. I wonder
If
if
it is.
this was. I wonder if this was one of their trials.
Mm-hmm.
Are you guys still down there while you're saying this?
I think like in the threshold of where the stairs are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You hear not awakenings bring light. Beneath still water, truth is twisted. Above, it burns. as you hear that, the top of this cavern lights up with a cascading fire that shimmers down across the entire ceiling, across the edges, and ends as it hits the water. And you just hear...
Oh, let's get out of here. This gives me the heebie-jeebies.
This gives me the heebie-jeebies. I love it. All right, so you guys are heading back up again?
Heading back up.
Just clamoring?
Yeah,
As you go all the way down.
definitely can.
Yeah.
Feel like Dumb and Dumber racing to the top and just sweep her legs.
Just running to the top, fucking falling all over each other.
I win.
I win. As you get to the top of the stairwell, and you look out, you see Wild Oak has come down from eating and relaxing. He reaches the front gate as he steps out through the iron doors. You catch him at last one moment. What are you doing?
Miss Wildlock, sir, got a question about
Huh?
the
As he
downstairs
steps
part of
back,
that?
and he looks down towards the eastern stairwell and goes, You didn't go down there, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
Panting.
Did you meet it?
That
Yeah.
creature? Yeah.
Yeah.
What? It was that thing.
That's the Lurithine.
Lurithine?
Yeah, the Lurithine. Yeah. It's I don't know what really to call it. I just stay away. Don't piss it off. Like, it won't attack you unless you do something stupid.
Like pretending to push someone into the water and you don't. Like that kind of stupid.
Oh, don't enter the water.
Yeah.
You don't swim in that water. You sink in that water.
Yo. While we're kind of down there, it kind of mentioned an egg.
That thing talks in cryptic nonsense. I can't really, I don't know. Like, last thing I spoke to it, it told me something about trees and wind. And then gibberish about some sort of hollow cavern in a mountainside. It was weird. But yeah.
Sounds weird.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't bother dealing with it at all. I wouldn't go down there again if I were you. Well, you could, because you can always ask questions. But from what I understand, well, okay. Lady Kadira, she used to commune with that thing. That was a long time ago. That was 2,000 years ago. Maybe. Could be 2,200. Oh, time is fluent here. I don't really know. Anyways, she used to talk to that thing and then come back up and have like some bright ideas about how to defend certain things. I don't know. She got ideas from it.
In desperate times, we can.
I guess.
Yeah. Ooh, but I never want to see that thing again if I don't have to. Creeped me out far too much. Worse than ghosts. That thing was creepy.
What did it look like?
It was like a giant eel thing. It had too many eyes. I couldn't
Oh, that's
see its
new.
head. Really?
Yeah, that's new. Never saw that before.
Oh. Ooh.
Maybe it gives a different beings, different versions, I guess. Anyways, see you in a bit.
Bye, Mr. Wild looks here.
As he continues to walk out into the courtyard, which you noticed it before. It was daylight outside when you walked past the iron doors. Wasn't dark. But you do see Muka come down the stairs and turn left and head down the corridor towards the grand hall. Some parchments in hand, a book under her other hand, her other arm, his other arm, I mean. As he continues.
Muka?
You call it to Muka?
Yeah, Muka. What you doing?
What do you want?
I'm just wondering what you're doing.
I'm tidying up. Some buffoon left every parchment and every book in the wrong spot, so I got to move them all back to the right spots because it's not good to have disorganization. So I'm tidying up. What do you want? I don't have time for this.
What you were doing? Just curious. Or
Need a hand?
yeah, I guess. Yeah. Do you need a hand?
No. Thanks, though.
Okay.
As he just keeps scurrying on, walking down the corridor, head towards the grand hall.
All right, well.
The staircase for the east one goes up to you, right?
Oh, yes, it does.
We'll go see what's
Alrighty.
up. Up, we already know what's down below.
Yeah.
Want to see what's up? We already know it's down there.
Oh, yeah.
So you guys are going up then?
I
Yeah.
think let's go up. Not bother
All right.
Muka, the grand hall.
As you ascend the stairs, you do notice that the sconces that are lettering this stairwell are very much different than the ones in the western stairwell. The western stairwell has one like every 10 feet. It's very bright over there. But it looks like the eastern stairwell is kind of left to its own devices. As you ascend, you come to the second floor, which has the wooden door leading into the dining hall, very much similar to the one on from the west. The third floor, you notice it's just a walk straight through. You can kind of see the western stairwell. You can see your corridor that leads into your chambers. As you get to the fourth floor, it's just wall. There is a platform, but the wall is where the door would be to lead into the library. It looks like it's just mountain stone. Not like it's blocking anything, just like it hasn't been removed. It was left there intentionally. It definitely made it so to get into the library was only one way. As you continue up, another full circle around, no platform. Another circle around again. Hathor, you're starting to realize that it feels as if you're walking the same height that you did the first time you had to scale these stairs in the west. Finally, you do breach onto a large stone platform. Columns going up all around it with what seems to be like roof breaking from the mountainside and hanging down over this very large platform. The columns going up on the right are all supporting the edge of this roof, so it doesn't look like it's going to collapse in. As you guys stand, like emerge from this tower, you're at the top. You see out over you the courtyard down below, a solid 55 feet drop, 60 foot drop. You see what looks like the broken battlements littering the walls going all along, slowly being repaired or cleaned up by Wild Oak. You see Wild Oak kind of just moseying about, trying to find all the little bits and repair anything he can. You see the platform that you rose up into and did your final rites. It's no longer a platform. It looks like it's a training center that's surrounded in archways. Rebuilt. You see the crumbled part of where Wild Oak's statue stood in the center of the courtyard. You see the big doors on the very far end. The walls circling out from each wing of this keep. On the right side, just barely, you can see the ashburn, the bond tree, the one where you got your bark from. And as you are looking out, you can kind of see on both sides, well, not both, but the one on the eastern side of the wall, on the other side of the wall, drops straight down into a cavern. It looks like the mountain just breaks away. If you were to fall off that side, you'd be gone. Just... you know, kind of shit. Both of you give me a perception check, please.
Okay.
Nice.
18 all day?
Nice.
That would be
like
21.
I like it. As you guys are standing on this platform, as you're looking out over the courtyard, and you can see the snow drifting off the crest mountain peaks around this keep. You can see the stretches of rock and caverns that lead out in all directions around you. You suddenly hear as you're standing there, right in front of you, you see your sun dragon, Hathor, break in front of the tower. Wingspan right past you. Orlina, you see your earth dragon following in tail. As you see both of them curve off and just soaring through. They dip down off the eastern wall, down into the cavern. You see them disappear, but then you see them break up again and come passing the wall again. You see them come arc hard and make a bank, a hard right bank, heading back into the courtyard. As you see both of them just and land in the courtyard.
Wow. Look how grown they are. They're flying around like they're buddies.
Give me another
we got 'em.
perception.
10?
12.
10. What are you talking about? You rolled a 17, Ruben.
Oh, I heard the wrong one? Oh.
Yeah,
That'll be 18 then.
Yeah, I'm like, you rolled the 17, dude. Like, no. You definitely see what's going on here. As they land, you see your dragon, Orlina, snap at Hathor's as if it was trying to like bite its tail. Hathor, you see yours turn swiftly and bring its front claw up to try to bat Orlina's dragon in the face. You see them kind of fighting a little bit. And then you see Wild Oak grab each one by the scruff of the neck, like scolding puppies, and just hold them. They stop. You can hear the screeches, and he lets them go. They stop fighting. They kind of go their separate ways for now.
Would they
Yeah,
still be
they-
able to hear us from how far we are from them?
You could try.
Okay.
No.
I'm just gonna try say to mine, like, hey, like, like cut it out, like, don't be fighting.
Say it. Don't tell me what you want to
Yeah.
do. Just do it.
Okay, I'm gonna be telling the dragon here to stop fighting, get along with Hathor's dragon. We're here for a reason. We don't need to be freaking going at each other. Be standing there going like that.
All right. Roll me a what would that be? What would that be? That'd be what? Performance? No, persuasion.
Persuasion?
Give me a persuasion.
Okay. 15?
Okay. You do notice that your dragon does look up at you as if you believe it could hear you. And then it shakes its head and just starts walking away again.
Oh, sorry, Hathor. My dragon's an ass right now.
I can hear you say that.
Ass.
Yeah.
I'm not being an ass.
Oh.
So, yeah, you can hear
That
me.
one started it.
Uh-oh. Hey, what do you say?
He said that you're the one that started it.
Hey, no, no, my dragon didn't. Can I mentally ask
You
my
can
dragon?
try.
Okay. Is everything okay?
You don't. You get nothing in return.
All right. I'll lean over and shout. Is everything okay?
Yours looks up at you. Yeah. That one's just being annoying.
We're a team. We gotta try and work together. Were you starting anything, or because Orlena's dragon says that you started it, but I don't believe that. I'm pretty sure. I think you're innocent in this, unless you started it.
Well, I may have started something. But
Well, then own up to it. Orlena's dragon's only being annoying because you're starting things. Okay? Grow up. Work this
Grow
out
up?
yourself.
grow up. Do you know how old I am? I may be stuck in this juvenile body.
Okay.
You hear an exhale, and then it just goes quiet.
Sorry. I shouldn't have said that. I think my dragon's mad at me, Orlena.
That's okay. I think we can butter him up and get on their good side.
How?
We could probably find stuff at the library again.
How to make your dragon like you.
Yep.
Yeah. For dummies.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. How to train your dragon.
No.
Okay.
Remix.
The remix. These ones are a little more dangerous, I think, but it's all good. Oh, shit. Okay. What are we doing, guys?
Probably head back down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll talk to my dragon. Let him know.
Yeah, probably.
As you guys descend the tower, you're getting a little quicker at being able to maneuver. You're starting to learn more and more about the keep and its inner workings. Are you heading all the way down to the courtyard, or where are you heading?
I'll head to the courtyard and see if I can find my dragon.
All right.
Back. I think I should let my dragon cool off.
All right, where are you? Okay, so Orlena's going to the courtyard. Where are you going, Hathor?
I shall go to the Grand Hall.
The Grand Hall, eh?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm curious.
As you guys both get to the main floor, Orlena, you split off and you head out into the courtyard. And Hathor, as you start walking down the corridor, heading towards the Grand Hall, I would like you to give me a perception check, please. All right, that's not too bad. As you get closer, something out of the corner of your eye catches your attention. The mural has changed a little.
Oh.
Ruben, everything okay?
I'll just need to wash them real quick.
Okay.
Yeah.
As you get to out of the corner, you notice that the mural has changed a little bit. Where there were 4 dragons and 4 riders before, there are now only 2. You notice in the top left corner, the twin peaks are still there. But it looks like one of the links to the chains is starting to pull apart.
That's not good.
You also notice that there is a darkening part on the mural that would be kind of on the map of where Blackthorn is. As you get to the Grand Hall, you see Muka off to the right, organizing some of the bookshelves, going through, pulling ones out from the bottom, moving them up a couple levels, pulling another one out from the top. The one thing you're noticing is he's not using his hands. It looks like he's pulling them out from their spots and shifting them as if he's directing an orchestra. You notice a hum coming from the stone door. Like a lullaby, though. Not like it was before. Not like that pulse you felt pulling you toward it. It's like a hum. Like a lullaby that's meant to kind of put you to sleep, if you will. The thrones on the left are still 2 of them held empty with no sigil, no colors. The other 2 holding your color and Orlena's color. You notice that the upper level, which looks like a balcony leaning over, has flickering candlelight coming from it, but you don't quite know where from. You can't see any sconces, and you can't see any anywhere where the light would be coming from up top. And Muka is just there, tidying up, reorganizing books. Orlena, give me a perception check as you walk out to the courtyard.
4 all day.
You walk out to try and see if you can find your dragon. But you can't see it anywhere. You do, however, see Orlena's dragon like laying on the like western wall of the keep, just kind of like as if relaxing. You see Wild Oak cleaning up, doing more of his tidying, walking about, picking up more branches that are the size of, horse legs, ones that you would struggle yourself to try to raise and pick up. But no, you do not see your dragon anywhere.
I'll say telepathically too, like, okay, where are you hiding? Come on.
What are you saying? How are you saying it?
Just calmly, like we're like telepathically to it, like say, okay, where are you at? Like, where are you hiding? Like, come on out.
You get nothing in return.
I'll go walk over to Hathor's dragon, just like say sorry about mine being mean. I guys are gonna get along eventually.
You see it turn its head slightly, look at you, and just as if to snort out of its nostrils a little like smoke. Not in aggression, not in disrespect, somewhat in acknowledgement of what you're saying, as it's understanding you, but the only way it can communicate with you is through gestures. As you get closer to Hathor's dragon, you notice that this thing looks longer. The last time you saw it, it looked like it had gotten bigger. And now, you could be mistaken, but looks like it could be a little longer than it was before.
Well, you
Like
guys
these things are
grow.
growing at an exponential rate.
Let's give it the nod, like, well, you guys are growing up pretty fast here. Look forward to get a chance to fly with you. Leave you be.
It
Let's
lays
start
its head
walking
back
over.
down. Lets out another breath through its nostrils.
I'm gonna kind of keep looking again to see where
Give me another perception.
mine could be. 12?
You'd walked a solid probably 80 feet from the doors to Hathor's dragon. As you turned around and started to head back towards the iron doors, you see on the far east wall, close to the tower, almost 100 feet, 100 plus feet from you, you see the tail of your dragon disappear over the top of the wall and down.
Um, want to go talk to him, but it's like, you know what, maybe I'll leave him be, give him space right now. I'll talk to him when he's ready. Let's start making way back to Hathor.
All right. Hathor, what are you doing?
Hey, Muka. How do you,
What?
So,
What?
I don't want to bother you. I'm just curious. How do you get up to that balcony up there?
You use the stairs. How else would you get up to the balcony?
It's a good point. Where do I find the stairs?
As you ask that question, you see his left 3-fingered hand point out towards just past where the stone door is. If you see on the right, you'll see there's a little alcove that goes back, and he just gestures over there without even looking at you.
Thank you. I'll make my way towards the alcove.
As you get over there, you notice that there's a stairwell that goes up. It does not look like it's been used in a very long time. As you ascend these stairs, you notice there are several just small tables, each evenly spaced apart, with a chair on either side. There is a candle that looks like it's been burning for thousands of years, but never seems to go out. There are about 10 of these tables circling the balcony as you look around. The candlelight is dim, but bright enough that you can kind of make out that there's really nothing else on this balcony other than these tables and chairs evenly spaced apart.
I'll walk to the edge of the balcony and take a look around the hall.
Okay. From peering above down into this grand hall, you see the hearth that's in the middle, burning still, bright as ever. You see your thrones. You see the banners that are just above them that seem to hang in air without being connected to anything at all. You see Muka kind of directing these books like a symphony. But from up here, it just looks like it looks like this was meant to watch from, as if that you were supposed to be an audience to a welcoming. You do notice that this balcony doesn't circle completely around. You notice that it stops about 5 feet past where the first throne starts. But it wraps all the way back around as if like that's where your attention is supposed to be held. Hathor, as you're up on this balcony, Orlina, you managed to make your way down to the grand hall. Hathor, you see Orlina walk in.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hey, Arlena.
Oh, hello. How's the view up there?
That's not bad. There's a lot of chairs and tables up here. I think this is like some sort of viewing area for
Ooh.
whoever the people that all of these chairs and tables are built for.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
While I was looking for my dragon, I kind of noticed I seen yours, and they look like they got a bit bigger. I don't know if it's just
Oh,
me, but yeah.
well, that's pretty cool. They're growing.
They're going fast. Um, I did find mine, but I gave him space. I was like, "Oh, cool down. We'll have the chit chats with him later."
I'll come down and
Oh,
say hi to you.
okay.
Um,
Well,
Orlando, you notice Hathor disappear, but then kind of emerge out of a little alcove to the right of the stone door. Something you didn't notice that was there before. A lot of what you saw, a lot of Hathor, what you saw Muka was doing. Orlando, you see Muka doing the same thing. He's like maneuvering these books off and on the shelf with the gesture of his hand, as if he's like conducting an orchestra. Very weird. Very not something that you're used to seeing. The most magic that you've ever witnessed is protection auras, some healing, nothing too drastic. It's not something that you really see throughout Umberfell.
That's a fancy way to put away books. Parchment papers.
How do you put them away? I've always done this.
I'll start motioning like, just pretend I'm holding a book. I pop it like this on the shelf and like this.
Yeah, that's kind of easy to do when you're like 5'3". I'm 2'2". I need a little help.
No, if you're
As he
needing
just
help,
shakes his head, continues to move the books.
He makes a good point, Orlena.
Yeah. We did offer help. Maybe.
We did.
I'm gonna walk over and give him a quick hand with helping him out.
Good luck.
So what are you doing?
gonna
Explain
go
exactly
walk
what you're doing.
Okay, so I'm gonna go walk over to where Muka is and like start picking up books and just start taking a look at them and see what they are and just ask them, okay, where do you want these? And start helping them put away the
You're
books.
going to grab onto some of the books?
Yeah.
As you go to grab onto the first book, you see Muka's hand stop. His head cocks slightly towards you, and you see his right hand just kind of tilt forward, and the book that's in your hand breaks free of it and slams into the shelf. And he just looks at you and goes, I got this. Don't need any help. You don't know where they go. It's just easier if I do it.
Well, if you need help, we're always here. We can help you out. We got a bit of time.
What else am I supposed to do with my day? Like, what else? I have all day to deal with books. If you help me, what am I going to do? Not deal with books?
Yeah, maybe
I like books.
show me where to get piglets. I heard you like piglets.
Oh, piglets.
Yeah,
Yeah?
Yeah. If I'll probably have to find them out. Well, like
There's a little farm. It's a farm, okay? Just past Bellamere Bay. It's a farm. They got the best piglets. I've been told I'm not allowed to go there anymore. So if you bring me back some piglets from that farm, well,
what's the place called across the Bellamere Bay?
that is Oakhurst.
Okay. Well, maybe both these dragons growing pretty fast. Probably once you get a bit of hang of flying to that, maybe we could sneak over and we'll get you a piglet or two.
Okay. Now leave me alone.
Okay.
As he goes back doing his work.
We'll walk back. Bigfoot path or like I tried. I tried.
You tried. You tried.
Yeah. Complaining it's easy if you had help, and yet he's not letting us help. But I did know we can get some piglets.
There we go.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I uh,
but,
I noticed something on the mural, Orlina. It changed again.
again? Whoa,
Yeah.
what changed?
Well, you know how there was 4 dragons and 4 riders the first time we saw it?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Yeah. Now there's only two.
Whoa.
2 dragons, 2 riders. And
That's a
now,
big change.
yeah, yeah. And now, you know the two peaks, the twin peaks that we've been seeing in our dreams with the
Uh-huh.
chains? On the mural, the chains are breaking.
Oh no, that's not a good sign. Should we go talk to Waldo? Give him a heads up what we just noticed?
Yeah, I wanted to
Okay.
run it by you. There's also there's this dark, shadowy patch on the mural as well.
Hmm.
Yeah, and it kind of lines up with where Blackthorn Keep is. With what we read today, I thought that was rather interesting.
That does seem interesting. Um, might be a bit more to that Zarian guy than
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
if we get a chance, maybe we can ask him some questions.
Zarian or Wild Oak?
Zarian, when we get a
Oh,
chance, if we can.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. That'd be an interesting conversation.
Yeah. Ask him what's going on here.
Yeah.
All right, what are you guys doing?
Make way back to Wild Oak.
You
I
going
was
to Wild
always gonna
Oak?
have the whole Batman scene there. Where is your trigger? Yeah.
Okay. As you guys uh head down the corridor and you get to the iron gates, you do notice that it is starting to dusk is starting to break. The sun has started to set, and you see Wild Oak walking towards the doors. His slow, steady footsteps as he sombers closer and closer. He's heading towards you guys. But you do see. No, you don't. Never mind. No, you don't. You don't see nothing. Yeah, he's heading towards you guys.
Yeah.
Can I do an insight check
To
to
what?
see for Wild Oak?
All right.
Boop.
Ooh.
That was really that would be
Uh,
a 6.
you don't pick up on anything really
Okay.
as he reaches the iron doors, looks down at both of you, just smirks, and continues to walk and head towards the western tower and and starts to ascend the stairs.
Hmm. Should we follow up? That's strange. I just walked by without fully saying anything.
You're blocked again.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, seriously, I can't move. It usually doesn't do this. Okay. Whatever. That smirk was kind of suspicious.
It was.
Yeah.
Let's follow him and see what's going on.
Mm-hmm. I'm also getting hungry.
Yeah. Me too. It's been a long afternoon.
Yeah,
I
a
think.
weird one. A creepy
Yeah.
one.
Weird and
Oh,
creepy
yeah.
one. Met the. You did meet the Lurithine.
Yep.
That thing is fucking. I didn't know if you guys were gonna meet that thing. But anyways, continue. All right, so as you guys ascend the stairs, heading up, you see Wild Oak doesn't stop at the second floor. He continues on. He passes the third floor. He passes the library. And he just continues to ascend to the top of the tower.
Mm.
Are you guys following him?
I kind of want to
No.
follow him a bit, see what's going on.
Yeah.
All right.
Got a feeling. Let's go.
Yeah.
As
Let's,
you
not
guys
be suspicious. Don't be
Mhm.
suspicious.
crest
No,
the
suspicious.
top of the stairs and come out onto the large western tower platform that looks vacant from the last time you saw it, Hathor. You see Wild Oak just standing there, looking out over the edge, just taking everything in. He's not talking. He's not doing anything. He just seems to be contemplating the view. Beautiful, isn't it? The mountains, the cool air. I remember what it was like before all this, before the keep.
What was your life before the keep, if I may ask?
Oh, I didn't quite know you were there. Before the keep? Well, the keep's always been here. I don't remember what my life was like before the keep.
Well, the keep's been around for a while, so you probably seen a lot of changes throughout this place, haven't you?
The keep doesn't change.
No, I meant the outside of the keep.
Oh,
You know,
you're talking
yeah,
like Umberfell?
yeah, like
I don't
all the
I don't
way-
really journey down there. Too complicated. When people see, well, me, well, you know the stories they told in Alderholt with the Yeti. I can only imagine, right? Your kind is not used to seeing things like me. Like anything like me. Dragons. All that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So, that being said, I'd be careful with your dragons because they're still fragile. They may be growing, but and still be careful.
Okay.
And be
Believe.
careful with you too as well. The whole dying thing could really put a damper on things.
Do the best not to die.
Yeah. I'm already awake, so if I had to wait for another one of you to show up. So time consuming.
Yeah. So speaking of that, we were gonna ask you before kind of folding up here was Hathor kind of noticed the mural changed in the Grand Hall. Does that happen a lot?
The mural depicts life as it is known now. So whatever's on the mural kind of gives you a little insight into what's happening in, well, the realm. So why? What's on the mural?
From
Yeah.
well, Hathor. I'll let you
Yeah.
explain it, Hathor.
Yeah. The Twin Peaks, the ones that we saw in our dreams, the chains around them, they're breaking in the mural.
What do you mean breaking? Like how?
One of the links has snapped, and it seems like it's separating.
Oh, okay. That's happened before. It's okay. No, I wouldn't be too worried about that. If like a lot of the links break, then we have a problem. But right now, if it's just one, then no, I wouldn't worry too much about it.
Okay.
I'd worry about it, but like it's not urgent. At least I don't know. Anyways, what else?
Went from 4 riders to 2.
Well, that makes sense. There's only 2 of you right now.
Okay.
There can only be a max of 4.
Mm.
Last time we had 4. So with the new one, with you new ones here, makes sense that would change, right?
Yeah. Okay.
He like looks up to this guy. He's like, right? Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. So that makes sense. What else?
Oh yeah, there was a shadow, a darkened part of the mural over where Blackthorn Keep would be on the map.
Oh, well, I guess you got your first sign then. Usually wherever that happens, that starts to happen. Like the shadow will appear most prominent where you could potentially start to find issues to solving whatever problems are about to arise. So yeah, the basically the mural tells you kind of where to go if you think of it that way. It's like a map. You can't take the map with you, but it kind of like gives you ideas of what's going on.
Okay.
Like if you all of a sudden see a third dragon show up, but you don't see anyone around, well, that probably means that there's going to be another rider appearing soon, potentially. Or not. That's never happened before, but anyways.
Okay.
Okay.
Anything else?
No, I can't think of anything right now.
Oh, okay. Well, if you don't mind, I'd like to enjoy my evening looking out.
You have a wonderful evening, Mr. Wild Oak, sir.
All right.
Start making my way towards the kitchen. Like I'm hungry.
As you start to walk away, Hathor, you hear from Wild Oak. Hathor, keep your dragon in line, please. Before I have to. You're muted again.
I'll talk.
There you go.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it happened again.
Okay, I think I need to get new headphones because just gotta like hold it like this. Anyways.
We got this. Don't worry. I can talk now.
Okay. I'm serious. I can't take notes. I'm just gonna have to stay like this. All right. Memorize everything. Okay. Yes, sir. I'll talk. I'll talk to my dragon.
And Orlina,
Yeah.
yours as well.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
not about to separate them. And if I have to, they'll damn well regret it. He says it in a tone that makes you feel like he's had to do this before.
I don't like the sound of that tone. We'll keep them in line. We'll keep them in line.
Okay, where are you going now?
Start making my way down to the kitchen.
All right.
Pretty
Get some
hungry.
food.
As you guys ascend the stairs, you get to the landing of the library, and you feel something like a heartbeat. Boom, 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 calling from inside the library. You can't quite tell whereabout it's calling from, but there is something that is urging you.
Okay, right.
Yeah. Do you feel that?
Yeah, I felt that. Let's go. Let's see what it is real quick.
Yeah. I think it seems important. Do you think it's coming from the library?
Felt like it was coming from there. That's pretty loud, beat, heart beat.
Mm. Yeah.
And Mooka's not in there, so let's go see what's going on real quick.
Open.
Let's carefully make the way in.
As you step through the doorway, that heartbeat gets stronger. Boom, boom. Boom. Boom, boom. You feel it pulling from the same shelf that Mooka shoved that book back on. As if something is calling to you from that shelf. You, unfortunately, can't tell by a quick glance on where anything is on that shelf as of right now.
Just to be safe. Mooka? Mooka? Are you here?
You don't hear anything.
Okay. Just take a step closer.
See if we can find where that thing's coming from
Yeah.
without getting in trouble.
You
If
step
you
closer to the shelves. The heartbeat. Boom, boom, boom. Louder, but slowing. As if you're in the right area. You just can't see what is calling to you.
no, that won't be our thing then, would it? No.
Do a perception check.
Yeah, that's
Sure.
like I said. Yeah.
Both of you give me a perception check.
Did I roll 3? Is that new? Are you serious? 2
I
3s
got
in a row?
7.
I got 6.
Mm. You're both looking around. Nothing's coming to you. Nothing is breaking the chant of this heartbeat. You're running your fingers along the spines of the books. Nothing is stepping out to you. I'd like you both to give me another investigation, please.
Oh, that'll be 9.
Be 3.
9 straight.
12.
12.
Yeah.
Okay. As you're running your hand across the spines of these books, the heartbeat becomes silent to you, Orlina. But Hathor, you're feeling it. Boom. Boom. Getting louder and echoing as Orlina is rubbing her hands along the spines of these books, it's communicating to you to kind of tell you where it might be coming from. And as she's running her hand along, you notice the heartbeat starts to fade a little bit, as if where you need to be looking is not in that direction. You don't notice this, Orlina. Only Hathor does.
Okay. How's this motion? I'm still looking. Still pretty.
Turn around and look around the library and not at the shelves and see if I can see where if it's coming from somewhere else, because it's getting stronger.
Give me a perception, please. Or an investigation. Your choice.
We'll go for a perception. That would be 10.
10?
Yeah.
You do look around, and as you do, you notice what looks like that same book again. Is up on a high shelf on the other side behind you. It's about 15 shelves up. No way to reach it from right now. But once you lock eyes on it, you do feel the heartbeat pulse even faster and faster. You feel the overwhelming urge that you need to get this book. This book might hold some truths to what might be happening. It is also at this moment that you start to hear footsteps coming from the stairwell. You can't tell if they're ascending or descending.
Mm, can I try and climb the bookshelf again?
Go ahead. Roll me a.
Oh no! Why? No! What was that for?
Oh, it's a natural one. I don't care what it's for. It's gonna do some stuff.
Okay. It's just gonna. Okay.
Um,
We can't.
technically it'd be acrobatics. You're trying to climb the shelf, okay? So like that's what it'd be, but it's not gonna matter.
Yeah. It's just
Naturals, even for checks,
Naturals.
we do fun stuff with it. Okay.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
you place your first foot on this shelf. You think it's in a good spot. Place your second foot as you reach up with your hand to grab onto a higher level. You pull yourself up a little bit. Place your foot again. This time, you think you've found the perfect way to anchor your weight, and your foot gives way. The shelf gives way, and as it does, you crack one of the pins that's holding the shelf down. And as you lose your balance, you grab onto another level of the shelf, and somehow you manage to pull this part of the shelf out. Not only have you cracked the third shelf up, you've managed to pull out the fifth shelf enough that as you fall backwards and hit the stone table behind you on your back, all you hear is and a bunch of books start to wheel off the shelf and hit the ground and the table. Some landing on you, some landing just beside you, just pelting the ground. It's at this moment you hear as Muka steps into the doorway. He looks at both of you. And as he's staring at you, Wild Oak steps down and enters the doorway behind him. They both look at you, Hathor, who's laying flat on your back on the stone table, surrounded by books with a shelf that's been pulled out from the wall. What are you doing, Orlina?
We'll be like, before you guys say anything, we kind of felt a heartbeat coming from here, so we were trying to figure out where it was coming from. And I guess Hathor might have maybe found it, but things happen. Good
You're
idea.
wrecking my library.
So sorry,
And you
Muka.
see this drift and puff of smoke coming out of his small nostrils. He is enraged. You've just wrecked the shelves. They've scattered books that he's spent the last many hours organizing all over the floor. Wild Oak is standing behind him, shaking his head. But when you say the words heartbeat, he stops. And he looks up at you, Orlina. Interesting.
Yeah. I think
Very interesting. Is all he says. Muka has started to storm towards you, Hathor. As he gets closer, you start seeing his hands wave again. As somehow he manages to replace these shelves, and you start seeing these books in frantic fashion swirl up from the ground and just start to go back into their place on the shelves. And as he's doing this, he's not even looking at the shelves, he's looking at you, dead staring at you as you see the smoke drifting from his nostrils. You can tell he is incredibly enraged at this moment right now.
can I step right in front of Hathor and just plead to Muka that it was just a simple accident. We didn't mean to.
Accident?
Yeah, we didn't mean to do. Yeah, it was an accident. It was.
Your footprint is on another one of my shelves. That is not an accident.
Yes, it is. When we felt the heartbeat and heard the heartbeat here. We did call for you, thinking you might have been in here, but you weren't.
And when I didn't answer, what did that tell you?
You might have been busy.
It's okay, Arlena. It wasn't an accident. I tried to climb another shelf, even after how it went last time. I'm
Which
sorry, Muka.
book? Which dang book are you destroying my library over?
That indigo one up there.
He looks up. He looks back at you. And he just exhales through his nostrils. And when he does, not only smoke, but you see flame just come out. He raises his hand up and he just like twitches it. And as he does, this book flies off the shelf, slams into the stone table. And he goes, all right. I guess I have no choice. Read at your own will. As he cricks up his neck and walks off. Oh, Wild Oak. Interesting. Very interesting.
What's that? Mr. Wall looks through. What's going on?
He crosses his arms, doesn't say another word. What do you do?
Stand up.
Oh, help Hathor up.
Thank you.
You're welcome. If I was thinking if we need to, can use the teleporter thing, and I can go get piglets for him. Make a really big peace offering for him if we need to.
Risk whatever the cost is to get him
Yeah.
piglets. That's very
I know it's-
honorable of you.
Yeah. I know it's probably quite a bit to pay the price, but I know we're not meaning to destroy the library, but
Yeah.
things happen, like we didn't mean to.
No.
If you gave it to us in the first place, we wouldn't be in this situation.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Right.
just a book.
We're allowed to read the books.
He did like pull it off the shelf and slam it onto the stone table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just sitting there.
Yep. All right, let's go, Orlina.
Okay.
Are you looking at it?
I will walk up and open that book up. Or can
Before you
I'll
do,
look at the cover.
it is bound in deep indigo leather, worn at the edges as though time itself has gnawed at its corners. Intricate silver inlaid winds along the spine, forming a broken clock face with no hands. Its hour marks replaced by strange glyphs that shimmer faintly when the book is tilted. A single rune, the symbol of Thalor, is pressed into the front cover, a spiral collapsing inward, like an eye folding in on itself. The leather is worn to the touch, unnaturally so, and some say the surface seems to shift ever so slightly, as if the book remembers other versions of itself. The title, Echoes in Time, The Fall of Thalor, the Chronoseer. And that's where we'll end it tonight.
All right.
Smartly get the book.
I know, but I oh man. Anyway, so that's where we'll end it tonight.
Okay.
I hope you guys had fun. Thank you guys and everyone
Otherwise,
for coming and hanging out and being here tonight. We really do appreciate you guys stopping in and watching and checking on everything that's going on. I really do thank you for that. And yeah, if there's anyone out there that would like to join a campaign, we are looking for a third or fourth player. That would be fun, having more bodies in here. If you're interested, just go ahead and let me know. Send me a message on Discord, comment on the video, whatever you'd like anyways. But thank you so much for hanging out. Until next time, this is of Embers and Shadow campaign, and we do Elbraz on Saturday nights. And yeah, we might not have a session next week, just because of timing constraints and everything like that. But usually Tuesday nights are when we air this session specifically of Embers and Shadow. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for being here. Until next time, doses.
Bye-bye.
Dice, shadows deep, dragons soar, secrets keep. Dungeon, dark treasures glow. Through the night, heroes grow. Roll for initiative, heroes' hearts so definitive. Take your chance, make it right in the game of endless night.